On Sunday, 185 million Europeans voted in 27 different countries to choose which party would represent them in the EU Parliament, the governing body of the entire European Union. And the results were incredible. The traditionally left-wing EU Parliament now has a center-right coalition that has the most power, scoring a clear victory in Sunday's European Parliament election, tilting the EU's agenda to the right, said Politico. Other parties even further to the right saw major gains as well, with left-wing progressive parties like Renew Europe and Greens EFA suffering massive losses. This election was a political earthquake in Europe, and it's certainly being felt here in the United States. Europe, which has been on the path to self-destruction by the left for quite a while now, sacrificing quality of life, safety, and security to appease their insatiable leftist agenda. Europe has welcomed an invasion of 29 million so-called asylum seekers from the Middle East and North Africa in just the last 10 years, decimating once beautiful European cities and turning their culture to squalor. The cultural Marxist dream of blending the entire world into one is on full display on that continent. Ironically, the president of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, is actually a member of the Conservative Party, which now has the largest coalition. She's also the least authentic member. Watch as this climate manic globalist attempted to celebrate the results.
But it is also true that the extremes on the left and on the right have gained support. And this is why the result comes with great responsibility for the parties in the center. I fight every day for a strong Europe, and these election results show that the majority of Europeans want a strong Europe.
Spoiler alert, she is the far left, just posing as so many of them do. Europe has more fake conservatives than the United States does, pushing climate change mandates, forced asylum requirements for each country, globalist economic policies. That's who she is, leading to mass protests by farmers and commoners all throughout Europe as globalists threaten the food supply in pursuit of their asinine agendas, among so many other atrocities they have committed against their own people. The EU's new controlling party has many rats it must weed out as this revolution to take back their free world begins. In France, Emmanuel Macron calling for snap elections for his legislature, while showing his fear of what's coming. The rise of nationalists and demagogues is a danger for our nation and for Europe. But Macron admitting, after this day, I cannot go on, though, as if nothing had happened. Macron, much like Ursula von der Leyen, decimating his own country with the left's agenda while posing as a moderate conservative. Their fraudulent behavior creating power in places they have long dismissed. From the New York Times, after decades on the fringes, it now appears clear that the anti-immigrant French far right is firmly ensconced in mainstream politics. Macron and the rest of the globalist European elites have no one to blame but themselves for this revolution that they're seeing right now. They thought they could batter their constituents. They could batter Europeans this badly with no consequences whatsoever. They thought it was going to be that easy. Macron's opposition, Marine Le Pen, saying this.
We are ready to exercise power if the French people place their trust in us in these future legislative elections. We're ready to turn the country around, ready to defend the interests of the French, ready to put an end to mass immigration, ready to make the purchasing power of the French a priority.
Something else to see, it really is. It's a remarkable power shift that's taking place in the West. And we're seeing it here in the United States as well.